Time to paint the 8th Legion, the Night Lords of Legion Imperialis. Hello and welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. Today's video I shall be painting the next Legion, or an example of the next Legion of the new epic board game, Legion Imperialis. I have a Rhino here which I shall be doing the demonstration of, and this time we're going to go in and do the Night Lords. They are my favourite traitor Legion. We've already done Imperial Fist, so these will be a great Legion to go against them. But I do hope to, in the future, do every single Legion at some point. I've got a few Rhinos and I'm going to buy some more, and they're going to be used as the examples for each Legion. But yeah, so without further ado, let's get into this. This Rhino was originally spray painted in Brain Matter Beige. You don't have to use, that's by Army Painter. You don't have to use that paint, but I don't have any dark undercoat sprays, so I've just gone straight with this. I would advise probably better to go with a darker one, like a black or something, whether it's Games Workshop Citadel one or Army Painter or any other third-party different type. But we shall get started. So our first step for this is we're going to do an undercoat of Kantor Blue, and this is going to be over the entire model, and this will probably need 2 coats, I'd imagine. So we want a fairly decent sized brush for this. As always, give your paint a shake, and yeah, just water it down slightly and just start slapping it on. Yeah, so let's get started. If you would like to donate to the channel and support the channel, I do have a PayPal linked in the description below. Any support is very welcome, and any money I make on there will go straight back into improving the quality of the channel, be it a better light for painting. I've already got a Steadicam thing for filming my battle reports, but yeah, like I said, anything on there will go into greatly improving the quality and hopefully make it the viewing easier and more comfortable for you guys. So I'll get this base coat done, probably with 2 coats, and we'll be back. Okay, so that's the base coat done on the Rhino. Next, what we're going to do is we want to get some shading in there. So what I'm going to use for this is Nuln Oil, but I'm not going to use it straight from the pot. What I'm going to do is water it down about 50-50. We want a smaller brush here, so we have a little bit more control. And we want to aim this mostly into the recesses. So get some on your wet palette. Thin it down with a bit of water. If you've got acrylic medium and stuff, use that instead of water, but I think water works just fine. And then just get this all over, and this way, since it's watered down, it won't darken it down too much, but the pigment will flow more into the corners and the cracks and the deepest parts, deepest recesses. It should give it a nice shade. So I'll get that finished and we will be back. Okay, so that's darkening it down, which is quite nice. It's looking quite good. So next step, I'm going to paint all the bits that are going to be sort of gunmetal colours with Black Legion. So anything that's going to be like later on be Leadbelcher or Iron Warriors, I'm going to paint with this Black Legion contrast paint. It's going to be these exhausts here, like the vents. It's also going to be the bulldozer blade at the front of the front. There's also going to be the bolters. Yeah, the bolters. And also, of course, the tyre treads. By the treads there. And as well, if you've got a fine enough brush, you can get the wheels as well. I'm going to do them black as well because they're going to be like gunmetal as well. So I'll get that all done and we'll be back. Okay, so the black's done on there. Next we're going to go in with our secondary colour for the main sort of colour, which is red. So yeah, for this we're just going to go on certain parts of the model. As always, thin down your paints. And I'm going to go these bits here, these front lights, including these sections, and this section here. Same on the opposite side. This bit here, this bit here, on top as well. And then I might do, you know what, I'll probably just keep it to those bits. I'll get that done and we'll be back. Right, okay, so with those red bits drying, we're going to next go in with Leadbelcher. And this is to go on all the bits that we painted in black. So we want to leave some black detail on the gun, so we just want to line in a bit, maybe this top bit here, like that, and the barrel, like so, maybe this back bit here, and tidy it up again with the black afterwards. Actually, I might just do the whole thing in that colour. Got to remember, you'll be looking at these from a distance. So the rule is 3 foot rule. If it looks good at 3 foot, then happy days. So yeah, we just finished going over everything that we painted in black with the Leadbelcher. So that includes the bulldozer blade, the exhausts, leave those bits black actually, those bits underneath, these bits, that bit underneath the exhausts, but we'll get the tracks as well. So I'll get that all done and we'll be back. Okay, so next up we're going to go over all the Leadbelcher with Nuln Oil. This is just to give it some shading. Nothing too crazy here. Always give your paint pot a shake as well before applying. See, literally everything that was Leadbelcher straight from the pot and onto the mini. I'll get that finished and we will be back. Okay, so with the Nuln Oil drying on there, we're just going to go in on the red bits with Carroburg Crimson, and this is just to get the a bit of shading on there. This is mostly aimed at like the little rivets and stuff like there, but you might as well put it on the whole thing. It should darken it all down and help with the shading. Okay, so that's all the base colours done and all the shading on it complete. Now we're going to go into the final stages, which is the highlights. For this, I'm not going to go mad with the highlights. I'm only going to highlight the reds and the blues, which are the two main focus points and the larger colours. I usually don't often highlight the metallics, like the silvers and stuff, just because I don't always think it's required. But for this, I'm literally hitting the sharpest edges, like so. So that the lights, and then sharp edges here of the side panel. Then I might hit the rivets like that, and then just on these bits here where that might hit like that. And then there as well, and then that, like that. Yeah, you don't need a lot to make it look good. The rivets, those bits there, and the sharp edge there, and then the rivet, and that. That's all I'm doing with the red. Just remember, always remember the 3 foot rule. If it looks good from 3 feet away, and because it's such a small tank, and it's going to be part of many, that's all you need to do. You don't need to go too mad. Okay, and now the highlights for the blue. So I'm not going to do the usual highlights of the edges, because with the Night Lords, the focus point I find is like the lightning bolts and stuff. I really like that about the Night Lords, is like the lightning. So we're going to start off here with Caledor Sky, and just get a bit on our brush. We want to water this down because we don't want this too thick when going on. And we're just going to start somewhere, choose somewhere to start, and then just draw lines. A little bit higgledy-piggledy like that. These can be a bit thicker because the thinner highlights, and then eventually going to the white, will be the main focal point of it, like that. Then start over here and take it off the side and down past the door. I mean, you can go as mad as you want with this. I'm just going to do a few as an example, then have it break away, and then maybe break away again, almost like tree roots, really. Just, you know, just look at what actual lightning bolts look like, and then you should be good to go. Then just branch off again, just branch off a few times with each pass, and then maybe one across the front, like so, and branching off. Yeah, don't have to go too mad. I might do one more, branching off from this original one to come down this side and across this door, and then another branch like that. Like I said, you don't have to go too mad with this, but it is a nice focus point to the eye. It draws the eye, the lightning bolts, which I really like about the Night Lords. I do quite like the whole idea of lightning bolts and stuff on. I suppose we can do a little bit on the back there. Maybe where this one is, you can just bring it down a bit further. And down here, like this. Like that. So that's the first layer of that. Okay, so the next step is the next part of the lightning bolt, which is a Lothern Blue. And again, you want to water this down a bit. Always give your paint a good shake. And we want to thin this down a bit with water. And this, you want to aim this in the middle of the previous lightning bolt. So you want to go down the centre of that one, leaving some of the previous blue around the edges. Might need 2 passes to get a nice thick coat. As you can see there, you can still see some of the blue underneath. Just take your time on this. Just taking a little bit more time really does make it pop a bit more, and it makes it look good. So yeah, just down like that. Yeah, you definitely want a thin brush for this. Down like that, and then over there, and then down these bits, like so. There, I'll get that finished, and we'll be back. That's how it's looking so far. Really draws the eye to the little strikes of lightning. And to finish lightning off, if I was doing like a 40k figure, I'd probably do more stages to the lightning with different blues and mix in like the previous stages together. But to keep this quick and simple, because we'll probably be doing if you're doing Night Lords, you'll be doing like a whole battalion, let's say 10 of these. You don't want to go too mad. So for this, the final step, we're using the Ulthuan Grey. We really want to get a really thin brush here, a really steady hand. So don't do it after a few pints where you might be a bit shaky, but you want to really, really keep inside the previous 2 steps. Just touching ever so gently, like so. Again, just take your time. There is literally no rush whatsoever, unless of course you're painting things up really quickly for a tournament, in which case you should have started earlier. Like that. I quite like how it's turning out. Yeah, just do a second pass just to strengthen the colour. But again, you just don't want to put too much down. You still want to see some of the previous stages underneath, like that. I quite like how that looks. I'll get that finished and we'll be back. Okay, so next up we're going to do just the lights on the lenses. So for this we're going to use P3 formula, Morrow White. Just want to get a bit on our brush. Oh, it's too much. That'll be right. And then literally it's just going to be 1 dot like that and another dot. That. Happy days. Okay, so that's pretty much done now. So the final step is just add in some transfers. So I probably put a larger one maybe on the door here, maybe on the back. I'll decide and we'll be back. And there you have it, one completed Night Lords Rhino. So if you want to spray it, varnish it after to get rid of the shine on the transfer, you can go ahead and do that. I probably will at some point, but yeah, don't forget to do that. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please leave me a like and subscribe. As I said before, I believe I said before, I have a PayPal linked in my description. If you would like to support my channel, anything on there will go towards improving the quality of my videos, really. If there's any Legion that you want to see painted next, a donation will always help me get something uploaded ASAP. So again, thanks again for watching, and see you in the next video.